I call the meeting to order on Tuesday, April 26, 2022. Please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please conduct a roll call?
Councilmember Crossley,
Here.
Councilmember Fockingham, Mayor Knapper,
Here.
Councilmember Page,
Here.
Councilmember Phillips. Here. Councilmember Schmidt,
Here.
and Councilmember Wood.
Here.
Madam Mayor, quorum is present.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 4, please.
Motion to excuse councilperson.
May I have a motion to excuse Councilmember Fockingham?
Motion to excuse Councilperson Fockingham.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, baby, but we got it up here, okay? All right, all those opposed, please. All right, motion carries. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 5.
Approval of the April 12th, 2022 City Council meeting minutes and closed session minutes.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve the April 12th, 2022 City Council meeting minutes and closed session minutes.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, item number 6, please.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, declaring the results of the general election for council persons wards 1, 2, and 3 on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022 as official.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please conduct a roll call vote.
Councilmember Crossley,
Yes.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
and Councilmember Wood.
Yes.
Resolution 20-28 is approved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 7.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, thanking Jenny Schmidt for her 4+ years of service as council member of Ward 3 with the City of Maplewood.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion?
So I have a comment for Jenny, if that was a good time for that. Okay. Anyone who knows Jenny knows she is someone with a never-ending commitment to her community. I've personally benefited from our work together over the past 2 years in ways I can't begin to enumerate. She's a fiery, passionate leader and is steadfastly committed to her family, her friends, and the right thing for the city. She has led in ways that will benefit the city and all of us for years to come. I know I will miss her greatly, but take peace in the fact that she has many hobbies planned to fill her time after city council. So I say thank you, Jenny, for your service, your mentorship, and your example.
Any additional discussion?
I had something I wanted to say, but can I? It's
Yes.
going to take a couple minutes if that's okay. All right. So bear with me, and I'll try not to cry when I read it. So I just want to just start by saying that the decision not to seek reelection was really one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life. While my heart didn't really want to make that decision, my head knew it was the right thing for me to do right now for my family and for myself. It truly has been one of the greatest honors of my life to serve you all in this role, and I'm really hopeful that the timing opportunity will be right at some point in the future to do so again. But before I go, there are a lot of people I would like to thank. So first, Carla, John, Eric, and Ben, I owe you a debt of gratitude because without you, this opportunity would never have been possible in the first place. 5 years ago, you didn't know me, but you took a chance on me. You gave up many hours and weekends of your life to help me with my campaign, to volunteer your brilliant design and political strategy talents and help me get elected. And I am forever grateful to you for taking that chance on me. I could never have done that on my own and wouldn't be here today without you. So thank you. Next, I would like to thank the Maplewood community. I'm thankful to those of you who allowed me the opportunity to serve in this role, not once, but twice. I am also thankful to all the members of our community, its residents, its business owners, those who voted for me, those who didn't or couldn't. My job was to work for all of you, not just of those of you who did vote for me, who think like me, or who share the same values and ideas as me. And I tried really hard every day to do that. I can honestly tell you that I put my whole heart into this job, and I tried to show up prepared and researched at the topic at hand, ready to ask questions and challenge the status quo, and to work with my fellow council members to make decisions and policies that serve our community as a whole. So thank you for giving me that opportunity to represent you. Next, I'd like to thank our city staff. I wanted to start by saying that I have had the pleasure of working with 3 different city managers during my time here. One who was on his way out after serving nearly 4 decades in this role, one who was filling in, working 2 jobs during a global pandemic, and one who is not only new to the role, but also new to St. Louis. No matter how busy you all were, and I know you're always busy, each of you always made time to sit down and talk, to listen to my ideas, even though I know some of them were a little bit nutty sometimes, to answer my many, many, many questions, to work through problems together, and to get me whatever information I needed. You're always patient and kind, you're dedicated and hardworking, and you all show a level of caring for our community that has served and continues to serve our city well. I'd also like to recognize and thank the rest of our city staff. We elected officials show up here with our ideas, our fanfare, our self-importance, but the reality is the reason our city is as amazing as it is because of the hard work of our city staff, most of whom have dedicated years, if not decades of their careers to serving our community. I know we've thrown a lot of change at you in the last few years, but a change is not easy, especially when there hasn't been much in a while, but you all implemented what we threw at you and you did it well. And I just wanted to let you know how much I value you and your dedication to Maplewood. And I'm so grateful to all of you for your continued service in making our city what it is. Next, I would like to thank my fellow council members. I have truly enjoyed getting to know each of you, to working with you, sharing ideas, talking through problems, all with the goal of making our community an even better place to live. As we are a body of individuals, we each have an equal vote, but who have very different lived experiences and backgrounds. I feel we did our best work together when we worked as a team, listening to each and every member's thoughts and opinions, talking through them with open and honest discourse, learning from each other, and then putting all of that together to produce something that was always much better than where it started, and which reflected a true embodiment of this team. There's a quote attributed to Helen Keller, which I think is relevant here, which is, "Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much." I feel that for the last little while, this teamwork has disappeared, and I really, really hope for this new council that it returns, because if it does, man, the things that you guys can accomplish together could be so spectacular and amazing in a way that they will never be if the members of this group continue to just try and go it alone. I'd also like to take a moment and recognize Councilmember Wood and thank her for her 19 years of service as a council member and her many years before that serving on boards and commissions and other roles. Karen, you are an incredibly kind person. You show up to every meeting prepared, ready to ask questions. You're always willing to learn, and you continue to do all this even after suffering immense loss. I have enjoyed so much working with you, and I'm so appreciative of your dedication and contributions to our community. I am sure it was not always easy, but you kept going. I'm so thankful I had the opportunity to serve with you and appreciate everything you have done for Maplewood. Finally, we're almost there. I would like to take a moment to thank my family. When I decided on a whim 5 years ago to do this, you never hesitated in your support of me. You were always there for me with a hug or words of encouragement when I needed it, despite the sacrifices you were making for me to do this. I know it wasn't always easy. I know you saw the tears and the anger and the frustration, but I know you also saw the joy and the hard work, the determination and the amazing friendships that were made in this process. You girls were so little when I started. You were only 7 and 9, and now you're amazing young people who will leave in a few short years to make your way in the world. Part of why I did this because I wanted you to see firsthand the importance of serving your community. You have so many advantages in this world that many don't, and I wanted to show you how important it is to speak up and fight for those in your community who don't have those same advantages, and to work towards a world where such inequality and inequity doesn't exist. I also did this because, unfortunately, you are still growing up in a world where women are treated as less than, where women are paid less than men, where they're still not included at the table where important decisions are made, or when they are, they're ignored, talked over, have their ideas co-opted by their male counterparts, or even screamed at for daring to disagree. I wanted to try in some small way to show you to fight back against that and that your voices matter no matter what gender you identify as. I never dreamed, though, that not only would I be able to try and show you this, but you would also have the example of these amazing, fierce, determined, and wicked smart women who sit beside me tonight. And so if through this experience you go off into the world knowing the importance of your voice and that you must always try to use it to find a way to make your community a better place, then that alone will have been enough to make all the sacrifices we made for this worth it. I love you three so much, and I'm so thankful and grateful to you for supporting me through this experience. So I apologize. I know that was long, but this is not something that I did alone. This is something that we all did together. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I really hope that one day we can do it together again.
Madam Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilmember Wood, and Councilmember Crossley.
Yes.
Resolution 22-29 is approved.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, thanking Jenny Schmidt for her 4+ years of service as council member of Ward 3 with the City of Maplewood. Whereas Jenny Schmidt was sworn in as council member for Ward 3 on August 2017, and whereas Jenny Schmidt has also served as deputy mayor for the past year. Thank you. And whereas Jenny Schmidt has demonstrated her devotion to duty and dedication to the welfare of others, and whereas the City of Maplewood has continued to improve and prosper during Jenny's tenure, and whereas our entire community has benefited from the loyal and exceptional services rendered by Jenny Schmidt. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri as follows. Jenny Schmidt is hereby honored, commended, and thanked for her 4+ years of service to the City of Maplewood as council member for Ward 3. And be it further resolved that the City Council thanks Jenny Schmidt for her service to the community and offers best wishes for continued success in her future years. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, this 26th day of April, 2022. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 8, please.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, thanking Karen Wood for her 19 years of service as council member of Ward 1 with the City of Maplewood.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
I do have a few words to say. Thank you, Jenny. That was so nice. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for all that. I'm just going to say a few words. First of all, I would like to congratulate the newly elected council members, Shana Jones, Nick Clement, and the re-elected Eric Page. Best wishes to you all. I'd like to thank all the Ward 1 constituents that voted to elect me several times, and all those others in the city that have supported me over the years. It's been truly a privilege and an honor to serve the residents of this community. Also, I'd like to thank our city staff for all the help and support they give. No way I could ever do this without them. I feel that we have the best staff anywhere, and I've been around long enough to observe a lot. So even all the departments, I mean, you could just go anywhere to get any information and they just always respond. They've helped us through so many challenges over the years. The most recent one being the pandemic, and they also come through, they always come through for us, giving us their best.
And I'd like to just say the reason I ran for office 19 years ago is because I sincerely love this community. I wanted to see it thrive. And I feel so grateful that I was able to serve during Maplewood's revitalization period. And I just want to thank all the residents, the community groups, the city staff, the elected officials, the educators, the Chamber of Commerce, our amazing businesses, and all those that made it happen. It took a lot of dedicated folks to do that. There's been a beautiful example of what this community can do, has done, and continues to do as we work together to make this the greatest place to live.
Any additional discussion?
Really briefly, Karen is how I became involved in Maplewood City government at all. I volunteered on your campaign, and that is what opened this amazing and sometimes really wild door for me. Karen's always been kind, considerate, and thoughtful in a way that I think we should expect and demand all public servants to be. And I'm eternally grateful for her many years of service. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any further discussion?
I'm a little worried about who's going to do announcements, but we'll figure that out later.
I think we've got that covered.
All right, hearing no further discussion, Madam Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Crossley,
Yes.
Mayor Knapper.
Absolutely, yes.
Resolution 22-30 is approved.
Thank you. Excuse me, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, thanking Karen Wood for her 19 years of service as council member of Ward 1 with the City of Maplewood. Whereas Karen Wood was sworn in as council member of Ward 1 in April 2003, and whereas Karen Wood also served as deputy mayor for 16 years, and whereas during her 19 years of service, a renaissance of the city has taken place, and whereas Karen Wood has earned the respect and affection of those with whom she has served, and whereas our entire community has benefited from the loyal and exceptional services rendered by Karen Wood. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri as follows. Karen Wood is hereby honored, commended, and thanked for her 19 years of service to the City of Maplewood as council member for Ward 1. And be it further resolved that the City Council thanks Karen Wood for her service to the community and offers best wishes for continued success in her future years. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, this 26th day of April, 2022. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Madam Clerk, item number 9.
Motion to recess?
May I have a motion?
Motion to recess?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. We stand in recess. At this time, we need the newly elected officials to please join our judge, Brandy Herman Miller, at the podium. Oh, actually, you're right. Thank you, Brandy. Join us up here.
They don't know who goes first.
Okay. We're gonna do an order of ward, so Ward 1. Then Ward 2, then Ward 3. Does that work?
You can read that now.
And then you just get started.
Yeah. Oh, Michael, just stay.
Is that, which one works better? That might work better for them. Is it possible? Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
Take this out.
Could you please raise your right hand? I
Shayna Jones,
do solemnly swear that I will support
do solemnly swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Maplewood,
of the City of Maplewood,
and that I will,
that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully perform
faithfully perform
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Council Member Ward 1
Council Member Ward 1
during my continuance therein,
during my continuous therein.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Would you please raise your right hand? I
I, Eric Page,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Maplewood,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Maplewood,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully perform the duties
faithfully perform the duties
of the office of Council Member Ward 2
of the office of Council Member Ward 2
during my continuance therein,
during my continuance therein,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Last but definitely not least. Would you please raise your right hand? I
I, Nicholas Soma,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Maplewood,
of the City of Maplewood,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully perform the duties
faithfully perform the duties
of the office of Council Member Ward 3
of the office of Council Member Ward 3
during my continuance therein,
during my continuance therein.
so help me God.
So help me God.